guys, my name is Luinpi,
My name is Xiangai.
and today we are going to talk about God and just how He has been in our life recently. Just a chit chat time. So, we both grew up in the Seventh day Adventist Church, right?
Yes.
And similarities between me and Xiangai are that we are both the oldest daughter of a
Yes.
first gen immigrant family. Um, both we're very active in church. I'm not as active anymore, but Xiangai, she still is, and we're just going to talk about how our faith has been, and just very vulnerable and just sharing our testimony. So let's talk about our recent highs and lows. Like what has been a good thing in your life recently, and something like low.
A good thing in my life recently is how I've actually grew stronger in my faith.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this would be a little testimony for me, but like back then, like obviously my life wasn't horrible, but like just things weren't going right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I would like doubt God, and I would literally like talk to him and be like, why are you doing this to me,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, I didn't do anything to deserve this and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then I started praying because
Mm-hmm.
like the things that were happening in my life, I just never thought it would get better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So things got better from
Yeah, I
where
started
it was.
praying. Like I obviously, growing up in a Christian family, you just follow what your parents doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually took things into consideration and actually like prayed for myself.
Yeah.
Like even going to like what was it? Morning prayer at
Mm-hmm.
church, and start praying for myself, and then like that's when I realized that God, like although he doesn't give everything at once, it like
Mm-hmm.
goes slowly, and then like things have been getting better.
Mm-hmm.
So that really like strengthened my faith in God.
So do you think it's the circumstances that change, or is it the way you react to the circumstances that changed?
It's definitely the way I react,
Mm-hmm.
because when something happens, I don't go to pray. I
Yeah.
didn't go to pray. I didn't go to read the Bible. I was
Mm-hmm.
just mad.
Yeah.
I was just mad, and I blamed God. I was like, why are you doing this to me? Like literally I did nothing
Mm-hmm.
wrong. So it was definitely my reaction, but nowadays like I whether it's talking to my friends or my parents about like, why God made this happen, like it made
Mm-hmm.
me like realize that everything does happen for a reason. God
Yeah.
has a plan. And yeah, it just made me get a new perspective on the way I react to things and stuff like that. What
Mm.
about you?
Before I go on to my stuff,
Mhm.
I recently we went to Sabbath school, and we were talking about how palm trees, they have a long stem, right?
Yeah.
And then you just see the leaves. They don't really have branches. They're
Mhm.
just leaves. And whenever it's windy or stormy, they would just pretty much like bend, like almost touching the ground. Maybe they probably even do. I don't even know how they are, but like
Mhm.
they bend down. But the thing is, whenever the storm is done, they obviously go back up. They don't really break, and obviously they are very rooted in their soil, so they don't
Yeah.
break. I mean, like, look at like the trees around our houses. It's
Mhm.
like they would just break.
Yes.
Bowling Green weather. It's just
Yes.
like horrible whenever it's like storming and
Mhm.
windy and stuff. But that's just kind of like a representation of how our faith should be. It's like
Yeah.
once you're in a storm, once you're in a conflict and stuff, like you're just supposed to, like, if you're rooted in God like that tight, even that storm will not be able to break you. Of
Mhm.
course, there are our lows and our highs, and
Mhm.
the thing about Christianity, faith journey is just that, like, obviously we're going to have our lows and our highs. It's
Mhm.
not like linearly, what do you call it, positive. It's
Yeah.
just like squiggly and everything.
Yeah.
So I that's what actually it relates a lot back to my life.
Mhm.
I'm a college student, freshman now,
Yes.
and obviously we've talked about how we're both like the first daughters of the immigrant family. So it's hard to introduce a new culture to our parents, because
Yes.
obviously that's not how they grew up in.
Mhm.
And so introducing a new culture and telling them these are the social norms is just kind of like hard for them to understand. And so those are very like stressful, but recently I've been seeing uh, some fruits off of the seeds that we've been planting. You know, our family is obviously better than way better than it was before. You know, obviously, my parents are more open-minded, but at the same time, like, I, I don't know. I'm also just like striving towards my goal and everything. But and back then, it's like being the like the oldest daughter. It's like hard to be vulnerable with anyone because like you don't want to disappoint your parents. You know that if you're if you're at a low and you tell your parents, they're gonna be lower than you. And I'm like, I don't want them to be disappointed, sad, or literally like the worst conditions because of me. But because I wasn't expressing enough, those actually just happened. And but like recently we've been like able to understand each other more, which is really great because that's what we've always been praying for. Our family is like, you could see God's work in it. It's just kind of like there's more of a family vibes to it. I would say. That's definitely my testimony. Hopefully it gets better too. I know we all have our problems and everything, but at the end of the day, like things obviously do get better, or like you kind of go past it. And so I'm kind of seeing the progress. That's about it in my life. So yeah, anything else you want to share before we go?
I think that's it.
Right? I think we've covered
I think we covered it all.
Well, it was nice chit-chatting with you guys. I hope you guys got one or two things from us, whether it's learning about our weaknesses or like getting to know us better. Well, and if you guys have time, come to the Bowling Green Zone meet at 7-Day Church. We love to have new guests every Saturday or Fridays. Bye.
Bye.
Until next time.
See ya.